Good morning. It is Thursday. I'm Jason DeRusha. I didn't hit my snooze button at all this morning. Thank you. Feeling pretty good about it. Nice to have you with us here on the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. It is going to be a great day in Minnesota. Boy, we've had a terrific January. We really have. It's a bit warmer today, 22, 24. That's about where our high will be. Right around average, and average is nice, don't you think? I mean, this time of year, often we get that stretch of sub-zero. We get out the graphics package that says Winter Blast, or what else do we call it? Is that it, Winter Blast? Bitter Blast. Oh, it's so dramatic. This year, what would we put our polar vortex? What would we call the graphics for this month? Average. Average is great, so get outside and enjoy. You know, sometimes when it gets really cold, what I do to warm up is just swear like a truck driver, like a drunken sailor. Like a director in the control room, says Addie. Yes. Are you a swearing type? Come on, be honest. We are a profane nation. It's true. And it turns out it may be good for you. In this article written by someone who just was swearing every other word, CNN breaks down 5 ways they say swearing could be beneficial. Number 1, maybe a sign of intelligence. According to a somewhat dubious 2015 study that asked people to list as many words that start with F, A, and S in 1 minute, and then list as many curse words that start with those letters. Those who came up with the most curse words also came up with the most overall words. So if you believe vocabulary is a sign of intelligence, there you go. Maybe a sign of honesty. Studies found people who curse lied less. May improve your pain tolerance. Research on strength and endurance found people who swore felt less pain. What they're doing is causing it in others, so that's nice. Also a sign of creativity, and it's a way to hold back physically harming someone. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've been there. You're like, I really want to punch this person, and instead I'm going to say, gosh, darn it. So we're keeping it clean this morning. This is CBSN Minnesota. There's no FCC regulation against me just launching a tirade of those 7 words that you're not allowed to say on television. Sort of liberating here on the internet, here on the streaming platform. But what we're asking today is for your substitute words. Sugar, for example. Aw, sugar. Fork. Flirk. Flarg. Words you drop in place of a swear word when the kids are around. What are the substitutes? Should be fun. So let's see it. Let it rip in the comment section of the WCCO TV Facebook page. Good news today as more Minnesotans are getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Bad news as it seems some people who shouldn't be signing up have signed up. Let's explain the goal here. 15,000 teachers and child care workers going to the Roy Wilkins Auditorium in St. Paul to get the vaccine. It's been turned into a mass clinic. National Guard will be helping kind of guide people through. And the way this worked is passwords to sign up were sent to schools, largely elementary schools and daycare centers, special ed teachers also, kind of the teachers who are allowed and expected to spend time face-to-face with young people. We've been getting reports in our newsroom that apparently teachers have been forwarding, whether teachers or staff members have been forwarding those to other people, and so people who aren't teachers are signing up. It's something we'll be working on in the newsroom today, but this starts at noon. Another 9,000 or so Minnesotans got lucky yesterday when they were randomly selected by the lottery to get the shot. This was the lottery for people 65 and older and people who pre-registered for the chance to get the vaccine.
I was so excited because I never win anything. Oh, I'd go to the ends of the earth to get this.
I love the excitement, right? Oh, man, I would feel that way if my in-laws or my parents got their vaccine. More than 226,000 Minnesotans registered for this lottery. It's a little absurd, right? Only about 9,000 are getting shots. But this is a pilot program, and this actually helps quite a bit for the state to come up with best practices for these vaccine clinics. If you weren't chosen, you'll be automatically included in next week's lottery. But the state has said these pilot programs all around the state help them devise the procedures to use at the teacher vaccination clinic today. So that's good. And people getting the vaccine, we thank you for getting it early. You are helping kind of make this go more smoothly when the big amount of vaccine comes to the state and we all get to get our shots. Today, Wisconsin, though, taking a step in the opposite direction of Minnesota. They are likely going to wipe out the mask mandate. Wisconsin has divided government. They have a Democrat as the governor. Republicans control the Senate and the Assembly, which is sort of the House in Wisconsin. Tony Evers, the Democratic governor, has been sued by Republicans in the state for overreaching what he's allowed to do by law, and that he's overstepped his legal authority. So the legislature is probably today going to vote to say, nope, no statewide mandate. Different cities have mandates. Milwaukee has a mandate. Different businesses do as well. So there will probably be a lot of mask mandates in Wisconsin, but the statewide order likely to go away. More than 24 public health associations saying, like, come on, keep this in place. Coolest celebration on earth returns today. We've got two big festivals going on right now. The Great Northern, kind of the overarching thing, and then Winter Carnival within it. Boy, take a look at this drive-through. This is our photographer, Mark Erb, rolling through the state fairgrounds this morning. And this is where you will see the ice carving and the snow sculpting competitions. Ice carving usually at Rice Park in downtown St. Paul. But because of COVID, they moved it all to the fairgrounds. You can pay $20 to drive through. No kind of new Royal Court this year. They have the same one from last year and doing a lot of stuff online. But it should be fun to go out to the state fairgrounds. That opens up tonight. You can make some cash if you've got a bushel of pine cones. This is maybe the least efficient way to make money. These are the pine cones they're looking for. $85 per bushel is what the DNR will pay you for black spruce pine cones. They're trying to plant new pine trees, new black spruces to help with reforestation. Looking for other cones and seeds too, but you know, there are rules on how you gather those up. They don't want you just to go out there willy-nilly. So there's a link to that at WCCO.com. That's a lot of pine cones, right? A bushel of those little things. Like you have those just sitting in the backyard or something? I don't know. Maybe you have those trees, so gather them up. If your driver's license expires, also, like, if you need $85 that bad, is this the best way to do it? I don't know. All right. We like planting of new trees, though. We're all in favor of that. Some of you, your driver's license expired during the pandemic, and you're like, I don't want to go to the DMV. I don't want to deal with it. COVID, don't feel good about it. State is saying, all right, like, we got to get rolling again. State Public Safety Department says about 300,000 Minnesotans would have an expired license right now if the state didn't extend the deadlines because of COVID. 300,000! What are you guys waiting for? Go renew your license. It's super safe. You can do it in person or online. March 31st is the deadline. Get your act together. Get it together, Minnesota. So renew it. I used to live in Milwaukee. I was there covering the last day when they shut down County Stadium, turned the lights off. Bob Uecker, one standard at a time, turned them off. And I was there for the first pitch at Miller Park. George W. Bush, the president, was there. Miller and Milwaukee go together. And now it's called American Family Field. Miller decided not to renew the naming rights. American Family, a great Wisconsin company, so a good fit. It's not the same, though, is it? Bernie Brewer sliding down into a big old mug of Miller Lite. Well, that was the County Stadium days. We can't be sliding into beer. It's a bad message. So anyway, I'm sure when people show up at the Brewery Stadium, you'll get the chance to sign up for some fantastic insurance. Exciting. We love our youth poet laureate. Just what a splash she made at the inauguration. So inspiring, so eloquent, so brilliant, thoughtful. And now The NFL went in on the action. Thank goodness they're not asking Amanda Gorman to write some sort of dumb poem about football. Instead, they're asking her to highlight 3 people in 3 positions selected by the NFL as honorary captains for the game. I can't wait to hear what she comes up with. The 3 honorary captains, it's an educator, a nurse, and a veteran. So, boy, that should be great, right? February 7th, right here on Channel 4, and pre-order her book, right? We can appreciate Amanda Gorman, but let's get her paid, too, right? For what she has contributed to the national conversation. Let's take a look at this photo. It's Princess Diana, right? No, this is former Twilight star Kristen Stewart playing the role of Princess Diana. The photo from the upcoming film Spencer. Kristen Stewart will play the late Lady Di. In this movie, really, there have been a number of Princess Diana movies. This one revolves around the period of time that Princess Di ends her marriage to Prince Charles. Next year, 25th anniversary of her death. Do you remember where you were when you first heard about that? If you're my age, you probably do. I was in Scott Sanders' apartment in Davenport, Iowa, watching coverage overnight after working at KWQC doing the late news that night. After the news, this story broke in the overnight, and just astonishing. So sad, still sad, 25 years later. Let's get to your creative swear words. The words we use, oh, here we go, look. This is, I don't know if I can show you guys this. When I speak up, I have to put something in the swear. Come on. Me? Good Catholic boy? I don't think I ever, have you ever heard me swear, Addie?
No, not on TV.
Not on TV.
Maybe the news.
That's right. All right, let's see what your replacement words are. Oh, that's good. Fiddlesticks. I think we should all say these out loud together. Phooey. Makes you feel better. Thank you, Nancy Ross. Jan Hagerman, stuck in a ditch. It's always been a family favorite. Stuck in a ditch. That's pretty good. I like that, Jan. Oh, shut the front door is a classic. That's very good, Suzanne. Thank you. Rats. Rats is good. When you have kids, you learn, you can't say these words because they will repeat them. And it is hilarious when a little kid's, flibber jibber. Flibber jibber. I like that, Gwen. Gwen McClawn for when I drop a can of soup. Yep, on the foot. That's the worst, when you hurt yourself, like you stub your toe. You're like, John Verk's grandmother used to say fiddlesticks. Isn't it funny to think about, our grandparents just, dropping the Effenheimer? It's just, it seems so ridiculous if you never heard them swear in front of you. Pam Williams. Yep, shut the door. Good. Dang. Yeah, dang is good. I like that. In my house growing up, my mom would not allow us to say shut up. We weren't allowed to say shut up. So there was no swearing in the DeRusha household. And so we had to go to the thesaurus and find other phrases that meant the same thing. So we would say dry up. Very strange. Dry up. Yep. That's what the producer, Chris, is telling me right now. So with that, I shall dry up. I shall shut the front door. Fiddlestick.